Clothing company Pacific Brands is considering a request by the government to rethink its decision to cut more than 1,800 local jobs. According to reports in the Weekend Australian, Industry Minister Kim Carr met with executives of the company to request they keep some or all of their Australian factories open. A spokesman for Pacific Brands says the minister's request would be reviewed by the board as soon as possible. The company has faced a public backlash over its mass sackings in light of the millions of dollars it's received in government grants and revelations of fat payments to company bosses. Wharfies and truck drivers have vowed to block any move by Pacific Brands to sell off factory equipment left idle by the job cuts.
Outside the gates of their soon-to-be-closed factory, workers left no doubt.
They were pissed off.
And from mad to verse.
Little Miss Morford sat on her pay rise, giving our jobs away. Then came the decider to send us to China. Now we get no pay.
This is their target.
I'm Sue Morford, CEO of Pacific Brands.
Ms Morford was made CEO last June. Her salary jumped from $680,000 to $1.8 million. Her first task, slash jobs. Some called that blood money.
It's just obscene that you would have someone taking that kind of salary knowing that they were going to sack workers who earn barely more than the minimum wage.
Fueling the outrage, union claims that Pacific got $17 million in federal grants to help buy machinery that the company's now trying to smuggle out of the country.
This is spitting in the face of every taxpayer in this country.
So transport workers will now join with the maritime and rail unions to block any attempt to move that hardware offshore. The company says they'll be waiting a long time, claiming they have no plans to shift it. But Pacific could face other problems, a possible consumer boycott.
This is something that consumers are very angry about.
Perhaps the only solace today, news that Woolworths needs 7,000 more employees and Pacific staff are invited to apply.
If they're interested in a job in retail, then we'd be delighted to have a chat with them.